Vroom, vroom.
Well, that's at the top, and that's coming down. So that needle
Oh, top dead centre.
will get to TDC there. And we do it in the way it rotates, which is that way. That's about it there. Just like when we put that gear on, we want to set that with the magneto the way it was.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'll tell you what, you want to look out for that little O-ring.
Yeah, there's one there, isn't there?
There's one there.
I think I found a new one for that.
Yeah. Yes, that's it, my boy. How simple is all of that, though, eh? That's look at that. When we're putting it together, we notice that that's been fretted there. Look, see that? See, there's all right. That's been fretted. In other words, it hasn't gone up tight.
Yeah.
So then we tried it on there, like that. And there's a gap there.
Yeah.
And when you push that back, like that, there's a gap underneath there.
Yeah.
So that would not be right. Everything's wrong. And if you hold that like that, where's our torch?
Here.
If I shine that the other side,
All I can see is your head.
see that gap there, darling?
Yeah, bright light.
Yeah. So what I reckon is that what's happened is, you know, this block necessarily didn't come with this engine and blah, blah, blah. So if we tighten that up like that, it ain't going to be right. So what we're going to do, we're going to tighten that down, measure that gap, and I think we ought to make a spacer. And then we'll make it, but you can see it, look. I don't want to be under any strain at all. That wants to be tightened up so it's all in the right place.
And not wobbly.
Not wobbly. It's not only that, if you look at it here, you see there's little signs of fret in there, look.
And is that as good lined up as it's meant to be?
Oh yeah, no, that's just a casting, you know. If that was a Bugatti, that would have been fallen off that.
Okay. And on the other side is quite a big
Yeah.
difference.
Now it's nice, that surface is nice. And then, not only that, oh no, that would be all right because it's pulling it that way. But you see, that needs to seal, which it would do. That one's been helicoiled. So they've obviously had, I think they've had problems, whatever way you like to look at it. So we're gonna make sure that when that goes back together, this is what you have to do, you know, when you put an old engine together, they're never perfect. So you've got to look out for things like that. And then you see it makes that gear at an angle and, you know, everything is not right. Right, so we're thinking about top dead centre when we put the mag, to check the mag, and that there lines up with our hole that we drill, which you'll see in a minute. We're going to put just a little bit of white paint on there, but we can always find that to get to be able to do the ignition timing more than anything. Although, to be honest, it shouldn't have moved, should it?
No, in theory we should be all right.
Yeah, perfect.
We can shoot that, haven't we?
And so, if you can see what we've done, we drilled a hole in there. Good fit, John.
That's it. We just rotate that to the dot lines up there.
Yeah.
And we're good enough.
So we can put our light in there if we ever have to. And
We can come off of there.
come off there.
Perfect,
So
isn't
there.
it?
We draw a line on there if we have to. Bit thick, that. I mean, if we was seriously thinking about weight and racing or whatever, we'd probably take a cut off of that. But I think seeing as your feet are right next to the flywheel, having that lump of metal there, if it ever let go, you'd be very pleased you had that half an inch of valley.
There's a good chance that would contain the ring gear, that.
Yeah.
It's so thick.
Yeah. But as I say, we've always got the option of machining it down a little bit. In fact, we could make it look quite nice, machine down, but I don't think we're going to do that. But the reason we're mocking this up is because we're having such trouble with this starter motor, which we're convinced we're going to have a sort of thing in there, and the starter motor mounted separately. But we've got somebody coming who knows about this sort of thing, and they're going to have a look at it for us. Because, you know, they know what sort of starter motors are available, and we don't really know. So that's why we're mocking it up, really, because the next thing really is to fit the cams, check the valve time, and check the valve clearances. Tell you what we could do, we could nip down and see old Tim and borrow his leak counter.
Yeah, we could do that.
And the other thing we could do, we could drop that down and put it on that little table if you think it's strong enough. Be easy to work on, wouldn't it?
I don't know.
You're right, are you?
Yeah, I think that's a good height, you know.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's it then.
Rotate it, can't we?
Yeah, so anyway, so it's looking good. We got the front tower on,
What we do, actually.
and in the end it all worked out very nicely because we could bolt this up solid there. You know, this all turned out to be dead right, but we did give this a little bit of a rub to flatten it. But other than that, it's gone together quite nicely, and it's all got nice curve. So that's nice, and that's nice. We've got to get an oil seal to go in there. But again, you can put the oil pump on when you've got the engine in the car, so it's not the end of the world, that. Yeah, I think it's starting to look good, you see. And then we can put the... we don't really need to put the gearbox because we know you can't get close enough. But it's dead easy to just offer up the gearbox, so we can do that if the bloke who's coming to have a look at it for us, you know, if he thinks he's got some other idea, well, we can easily do it. We put that register on there so we could put another starter ring just to be able to know the centre. And then that was what, you know, we were doing that to sort of make sure that, you know, when we had the gearbox on, we'd be able to see just how close it is. But, you know, when we had the gearbox on, there's no way you could get the starter motor down for the centre of the starter motor to be there and have enough room there because the gearbox is there. So, you know, that's, we were hoping to put it just there, but there's no way you could get it down close enough. But anyway, we'll see. But it's a grand looking engine, isn't it? What a lovely little racing engine. I mean, I love racing cars that are made to be racing cars. And that is just heaven, that. You know, and I can imagine, you know, everything being in the day, it would all been like brand new, and they'd all be racing them like mad. I mean, in some ways a bit of a tragedy that a lot of people got killed really doing it, but they could have got killed in the war and they would have got nothing. At least they could earn a load of money. But must have been also the people that never ever won a race and they wouldn't have earned anything. So, I don't know really. like the way that's all gone together. I think that's good. We're going to obviously fill them bits in. And we're going to have to get some 8 aluminium, well, same thickness as that, to fill them in. But we can't fill them in until we've done that, because this way we can see in there and stand a bit of a chance. Because all this lot will be off and on and off and on. But anyway, we're getting there. We're getting there. And at least we know the engine's runnable. It may not be like absolutely mint brand new, but then, you know, rarely are racing engines any good. You know, they've always got a few bits of history. But we'll see, we'll see. It won't switch off. That's on off, isn't it, there? I switched that off, but then that light's going, isn't it?
Oh, it looks quite advanced now.
Yeah, well,
Cams on.
we're putting the cams in, but they're not in for good. We're going to run them over and check the compression, check the valve timing and check the valve clearance.
Yeah.
And then we'll take it off, glue it all down and stick it on. But at the moment, we're just going to check the...
Oh, the breathers are on.
Yeah, well, we did that to stop any dirt getting in there. Yeah. So we still haven't finalised the start motor. And John's just going to check the compression now to make sure all the valves are seated nicely, because we didn't grind them in.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
So he's just going to check it.
So what we do, pressurise the cylinder.
Yeah.
The valve, the cams aren't bolted down, so there's no lift on the valves. And as you can see, this cylinder's pressurised, there's no leaks.
It ain't even sissing.
You know, really, really
Would it
good.
normally hiss?
Well, a lot of the time, yeah, you'll get 1 or 2%, which ain't a big deal, but to try and get them that good,
Oh, so that's encouraging.
yeah, you know, if you're not careful, you end up grinding the seat till it looks like a train line. But that's really good. And we've checked the others, so
Okay, good.
you know they're all like pretty much brilliant.
And that goes in where the spark plug goes.
Yeah.
Well, the valves are shut, and then, you know...
Should we switch the compressor off to get rid of the background noise?
No, that ain't. That's the heater in the spray shop.
Can do if you want. Can you hear it then? What, that roaring noise?
What is that? It's the hissing noise.
Yeah, so.
Yeah, we switch that.
So yeah, that's done. So now
So that's compression tested.
we put the cam boxes on, tighten the cams up. So it's at TDC. We mark the cams where they should go.
And we did it with this device yesterday, didn't we?
Yeah, to get TDC. Now we made a facility on the bell housing, so we know where top dead centre is, and we're going to drill that in the middle and put a...
Oh, that little mark.
Yeah, we're going to put a rod through there so it really lines up well.
Okay.
Bolt these down, and then we can check the tappy clearance. And once we've checked that, if it's all okay, we can final assemble it.
And that's all good.
Yes, we're going to make a very accurate thing for top dead centre, so we can check the valve timing. We can also check the advance retard of the magneto and everything. So what we've done is we're going to drill a hole right the way through there. So in this aperture, we're going to finish up with that bit of rod.
Yeah.
And then when you shine the light on it, we're going to have an exact line over the top of the mark on the flywheel.
Okay.
So, you know, very often you just guess it from there to there, but I thought, seeing as we've got this bulkhead and it's all there, been a Loctite on there,
Yeah.
can't come out anyway, because obviously when it's screwed in.
Yeah, we're cutting it off flush.
Okay, that's a good idea.
And then obviously when the teeth of the flywheel are here,
You'll know it's right.
you'll be able to guess it. You know, you won't be guessing, you'll get it absolutely spot on.
Oh, that's good.
Just a little tweak.
Perfect. That's right, isn't it? Perfect, that was the one we
And how
adjusted.
much? Oh, okay.
Oh, that's good.
That's good.
That was the one I was worried about. Perfect.
Perfect.
Okay.
Just
Yeah,
check
good.
them ones.
Yeah.
I think they're both this. Actually, I'll go that way because I want to do a full rotation tonight. Yeah.
Perfect.
So that's the.
See this look, Susie? See that look, there's little holes. So what happens is it squirts oil,
Yeah.
and as it's coming round to go up there, it squirts you instead in the right place. In the old days, they just have oil floating about. And on the Bugatti, it comes out the camphor,
Okay.
which don't really work.
But this
See,
is.
look how far out you can be
Yeah,
with the timing.
just the slack of the...
Can I come and see?
Yeah.
Look,
Well, that's the slack in the gudgeon pin and rig end.
so that's the cams aren't moving.
Yeah.
Look,
That's not very good, is it?
No,
Well-
it's fine. But that is the mark, look, that we've marked. See
Oh,
that?
okay.
Look? That's going to be our mark. Let's get the thing and slide it on there, John, and then as soon as you get the full SP. Oh, the top their centre must be halfway between them two, mustn't it?
yeah.
What's that bit do?
I don't know, actually. I think perhaps a temperature gauge goes in there. But I don't know, I can't remember.
Okay.
Well, this is a AP twin plate competition clutch. So that's twin plates going there. And that is a Hillman Imp starter ring. Which I think if we might have had our time over again, we'd have put a bigger one on. And it would have made life a lot easier. But I like those Hillman Imp, they're sort of nice size. But it's turning into a drama to get the start motor to work. But I've no doubt we'll do it. See, when we get the timing right, that tooth will be painted white,
Yeah.
and we'll be able to shine a light on it. We'll be able to get it, started
Right
up
in the middle.
right in the middle of that,
Okay. That's
rather
good,
than
isn't
just
it?
guessing it from there to there.
Oh,
I
okay,
mean,
that is good.
it don't matter really, but it's so convenient that we got it. We might as well do it, mightn't we?
Yeah, that sounds good, yeah.
Without a doubt. That's good.
So what's the next job?
Take the cams and the boxes off, glue them all down and put them on for the final time.
Tiger seal or?
Yeah.
Around the bottom, yeah. In between that and the monoblock.
Every time I get something that's got a bone in it, I chuck it in that box. Every time. And as you can see, I've got a million of them. Now, I'm not saying they're always the right size, but them two there, look,
The yellow?
these are very important pipes because one takes the oil in and one takes the oil out. And we're going to be putting the engine in and out and mucking about with it, and as I said before, one of the reasons we took it to pieces in the first place is to make sure it's nice and clean inside. So the last thing we want to do is get setting up one of them. So we go to the box, and
which is the bun box.
The bun box.
Where it buns the buns in.
Yeah, that's it.
And were they the first ones you pulled out?
Yeah, more or less. Yeah, they were right on the top. Look at that, perfect. Nothing's going to get in there, is it?
No.
And we've got to get an oil seal for here, so, you know, there's no point in me. I mean, if I thought we were going to be doing anything drastic, I'd cover that up with tape. So what I do now is I go around, and if there's any little places, you know, where there's likely to get dirt in, I mean, obviously we'll put a bit of tape on there, but there's another little one there, look. So I haven't found a one for that, but, you know, if we can find one. That's the other thing, because we've got a million bones, but we ain't always got the one that's dead right. Oh yeah, oh look. No, not quite.
It's smaller than you think. Massive.
Massive, you're right. Yeah, look, we haven't found
Could
one.
file one down a bit.
Look, we ain't found one for that, but look.
Well, that'll do for now.
Isn't that good?
Oh, you are clever. And what's under there?
That's the cranks under there.
Oh, okay.
And that is that is running at half engine speed, the, what do they call it? Water pump.
And where are you going to put the oil filter?
Well, their lines come off of there and they go back to this thing. Come and have a look. And that is the dry sump tank.
Oh.
Which looks a bit sort of like it's had a hard knife. Look, someone's cut it in half at some stage. You know, so that we're going to have a
Would it be best to make a new one?
well, you know, we could do if we had to, yeah. But you see, normally, with a dry sump tank, they're normally like that. They're normally round and like that, and the oil goes in, and it swirls down to take the air out of it. But, you know, listen, these cars used to race all the time, so they, you know, that looks like a real thing to me. But it's certainly had a life, hasn't it? I think we'll have to be very serious for that. So one of them's an in, that's probably the in, and that's the out. Or it might be the other way around. But you see, what we'll do, when we do the hoses, we'll have nice ends on them. They ain't gonna have Jubilee clips on them. We go to Spectrum Hoses, and the man there's very helpful. And he'll sort us out the race, say, what are you going to go for it? Oh, well, we're going to put oil for it. Oh, yeah, right. How much pressure? And you tell him, well, it'll probably be 40, 50 pounds or whatever. And he gets us the pipe that's spot on.
Perfect.
And then we put proper ends on it, and then he clamps them on. But now Timothy's got a tool for clamping them on, so we probably won't even have to go and see him. But, you know, that ought to look really nice, and that ought to run in the chassis lovely, and, you know, I don't know, can't even remember where to drive some tank. I think it went there somewhere. But, you know, we'll look at that, because that was to be nice. You know, we can't resist it, you know, when we're building something like this, we want it all to look tickety-boo, you know. But it's coming on, isn't it? I mean, that lovely engine. What we do, we'll put that beside the Sarkson engine, take a nice photograph.
When it's fully assembled.
You know, a photograph to have a photograph.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not counting that down. Because luckily in our book, it's got all the torque settings, so it's a bit of luck getting that. For old Shelby. The man I bought it from is called Shelby York.
It's all coming together, isn't it?
Looking very good. Yeah, so John did all the valve clearances, you saw that, and he's put the lids back on. So it's all sealed up now, that's all sealed up. Now if we turn this into a sort of racing car-ish that we use in England, we might run a rev counter off of there to the
Okay.
dashboard, because, you know, it'd be nice to see how many revs it's doing. 'Cause when in America, they used to obviously know, they'd set the gear in so that at the end of the straight it would be flat out. But we don't know that, so, you know, we ought to have a rev counter, I think. But we'll see.
And what comes out of this end?
There's a pump on there to drive the fuel injection.
Okay. Good.
Serious pump goes on there.
And since our last video, you've put these bits back on and glued them on.
Yeah, they're all just the end caps.
I was like, where's the video of that? I said, I didn't get any video.
Yeah, so that's
And I got a complaint.
all glued on, new O-rings, so they should be fine. So what we've done, we've got a starter and we've decided that it ain't going to work. So we've taken the gear off the starter. I've made this little jig up.
Yeah.
And what we do, we're popping this on here.
Yeah,
like
on that big rim.
So we're pushing it keeps it all square. We go like that, so we know that that's about in mesh.
Yeah.
So then we drill a hole with this drill.
Yeah,
Bosh through there. So we know that's our alignment hole.
Yeah.
For the starter gear, and then we're going to make up a shaft and everything to remotely put the starter here.
So this is the starter solution.
Yeah.
Wow, well
So
done.
hopefully that's going to work.
And where's the starter motor?
We haven't got that yet. The one we got is no good for the job. So
But
we're
you know
going to
what
get the
you're doing.
small one, have a couple of like Heim joints, you know, the UJs, which are like, it's on somewhere. It'd be like these, but better quality ones. So,
Okay.
So it basically have a shaft there, it'll have a joint there, another one there with the starter. It won't be very long. And then when the starter goes and engages, it pushes out, which will then push the gear onto the ring gear.
Okay, great.
Yeah. So now we're going to take all this off, drill a big hole in there, and then we're going to make up a boss to mount that gear on a shaft and make it all sort of really nice and strong.
Oh, so you're feeling positive about that?
Yeah. So that should be good. That's it. So we're just centering that hole that we've marked,
Yeah.
and then we can drill right through. It's going to drill through this plate and then into the bell housing as well, because we want as much support as possible. I do. Lock that off so it don't move. Perfect. Yeah, so now we've got to make that about 1 inch big, roughly. Because we've drilled the hole, we've broken through the side there, and if we try and drill it with a drill, when it hits the side of the bell housing, the drill will want to push away. Whereas if we use a
What's that?
I think this is an end mill
Okay.
or a slot drill. Oh, I can't. It's a slot drill, they call that. In theory, it should put a hole in there. Yeah, so if you film under there, you'll see what I mean by where it breaks through.
Managing without me, eh?
Yeah. Actually, actually making good progress without you, Ivan.
Just have a look. See.
Oh,
Just use this special drill
I like the look of that, John.
because it didn't push it away, yeah?
Yeah. Yeah, so I can't quite understand. Oh yeah, we're going to come this way, aren't we?
So really, we've got to go right into that Benhausen, haven't we?
Yeah. What do you mean? Well, you're going to need to make it bigger than that, probably, aren't you?
I think. So when it's on the flywheel, it's going to be there. Oh, there, isn't it?
Mm.
So that's about it then.
Yeah, so what do you reckon? You cut a groove in for that?
Yeah, I just.
Very interesting. But you reckon that's going to be big enough? Mind you,
Well, no. See, what we got to think about is, you know, this has got to move forward and backwards.
Oh yeah, in a nice solid thing.
So the Benhausen has got to disappear, hasn't it?
Yeah.
To fit.
Yeah, so we put a slot in there.
Yeah, that's got to have pretty much a great big hole.
Yeah, well, it's got to allow that to drop in there
Yeah.
and be able to go like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that'd probably be big enough though.
For our shaft.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, for the bronze bush and that, and we'll have a nice solid lump
Yeah.
here.
Yeah. I think there.
It's that thing that we're going to make up to go in there. It's only going to have to be that much shorter, isn't it? You know, because
Yes, that.
the width of that gear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when it's there, it's there.
Yeah, that's
Pretty
it.
much.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I think that'd be alright.
So I wonder what the start shaft point is. It's 12 and a half. So is that going to be big enough for a bush and a thing? It's not, is it?
No, you want a bit of meat there, John.
Yeah. How do I get that bigger?
Oh, we've got a bigger one of them, have we?
I think boring bar myself.
Yeah.
And I can carry on once. I can bore that out a bit more.
Yeah.
Get rid of that and then carry on and bore that.
That thing you're going to make is only going to come to there, because that next bit is where it just goes further, isn't it?
Well, so when you go to start it, that's where that gear will end up.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, but what I'm
And
saying...
then when it's in rest, it'll end up there.
Yeah, well, what I'm saying is you don't have to make that any longer than there, do you?
Yeah, because that won't go in the bell housing, will it?
Yeah, well, you're going to have to cut a hole in there, but what I'm talking about is the thing that you're going to make to go in there.
Oh, yeah.
That wants to be about that long, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you don't need to go mad in the depth, really. I think if you went down, you know, to there, and then obviously we'll cut a lump out there.
Yeah, and then we'll have to assemble all this once it's in.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, we don't need to make that hole right the way through.
No, no.
Just the bit where it goes in and out.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is only about...
Which then will allow us to make our support.
Right up to that, well, up to about there.
Yeah. Take that off and weld a lump onto that.
Oh, what you mean? Yeah, no, I think it's better to make the thing all in one go. Make the, you know, with a flange.
Yeah, because the flange is going to be on this side, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
This is design on the go,
Don't
boys.
forget-
But what I'm thinking about is, you know, the round bit, say that's it out of steel, it'll obviously poke through, but then when it gets to there, it's from there to there, there's not going to be any support, is there? I think that'd be alright.
Yeah, yeah, because we'll make it out of something solid, won't
Yeah,
we? Make it out of steel.
yeah,
Yeah, that'd be alright.
But you see, if I welded
you
it-
get a nice flange on there,
yeah.
and the flange there could be thick.
Yeah, it wants to be a little bit, doesn't it?
I
Otherwise it's gonna
don't
do
think you
that.
need to worry about further than that.
Right.
But I think we want to bore that out a bit.
Bigger, yeah, because otherwise there'd be no strength, would there?
Yeah.
I don't want to make a brass bush a mil thick, do we?
No, no.
I want a bit of meat.
Well, I don't know, to be honest, I don't know if I even need a brass bush.
Just do the steel.
Yeah,
Put a little oil hole in it, couldn't we?
yeah. reset. I mean, like, ain't gonna be, you know, let's have as much strength as we can get. Yeah, see what we're gonna do, we're gonna have a piece of metal coming through there, which is the shaft that drives it. You know, we're gonna cut a hole in here for the gear.
Yeah.
But round here, round this side, that'll be sort of like that. And then we'll have a hole there and a hole there.
Okay, so like that.
Yeah. And then we'll have a drive from there, like that, with two of these, and then the start motor will be able to be mounted there.
Oh, that sounds like progress.
And then it'll just push that in, and away it goes. Bit of making and a bit of thinking, but I think we could do it all right. And there'd be a hole there right in. And the good thing when we made that hole, John, we had really see what we're doing then, won't we?
Yeah.
And then if we wanted to get carried away, we could make a little cover, couldn't we?
Yeah. Yeah, probably be the answer.
When you say we, do you mean John?
I tell you what, you could get the sack the way you're going.
Off your head.
Free up my life a bit.
Yeah, because it's obviously got to go like that, you see.
Yeah.
But it's got to have the
It's got to be not touching anything.
clearance, which I think it will have now.
So this is the starter motor bits.
Right, this is the kit of bits we've got to mount the start motor there. And obviously we've got to make a bracket up to go here. We've got that in our head. And then this will come forward in another thing to here, like that. And then that will all get joined on. And then when it goes into gear, it goes like that, into gear, and whiz that round.
And these bits should be able to...
And with all this kit and a bit of sheening and zippity-doo-dah, we should have a connection.
Well, that'll be the next video, I think, Ivan.
Yeah.
What do you say at the end of the video?
Don't forget to subscribe and don't forget to press the like button.